I wanted to take this time and to apologize to anyone that I have offended on my page. And I am the type of person, I am very quick tempered, and I allow people to get to me even when I tell people that they are not getting to me. It's just that I have been preaching and talking about what's going on in the world for over 5 years. And I have to understand that the two pages that I created before TikTok has banned them, and now that I created my new page, it's like I'm being asked the same questions that I have already answered millions of times ago. And I have to remember that there's a lot of people that is new on my page that has never heard of me or have never seen me. And when it's some people that genuinely wants to know what they can do with their money. But to be real honest with you, because I didn't want to mention it, because every time when I say something that is facts and truthful, people say that I'm fear mongering. When in fact it's nothing to fear, but you are going to fear if you don't know what's going on. But the truth of the matter is, people, is that the fact that we is heading into a new generation, we is heading into a new way of living. It's really nothing that you can do with your money. Even if you was to invest your money into gold, when you invest your money into gold, it got to be a certain kind of gold. It got to be a certain kind of weight. You just can't go into a store and think that you are going to buy a couple of jewelry and then, you got money. And even if you was to buy gold, if you was to try to go pawn the gold or see if you can get money for the gold, eventually, at the end of the day, people, the whole world is going to be digital. It's going to be digital. So it's really nothing that we can do with our money. Even if you were to go out there and buy gold, it is nothing that you won't be able to do to buy that gold. Because at the end of the day, if the world is digital, even if you was to have gold in your possessions, you're still going to have to get the money in digital. And if you don't accept the digital currency in your life, you don't accept the mark of the beast. Remember, in the Bible, it say you cannot buy nor sell. So even if you was to buy gold, you can't sell it, because if you do sell it, they are only going to give it to you digitally. And what a lot of people don't know is that in this new world order, you will have nothing. You will own nothing and still be happy. That means that they are going to control you from the moment you wake up to the moment that you go to sleep. They are going to own everything, your houses, your cars, everything. This is why these landlords, and I made a video about this on my last page, but they keep taking my video down. These landlords that is overcharging on these houses because they trying to say the inflation. You got houses now that used to be 1,200 2 years ago that is now 2,400. What these landlords don't know is that the fact that they are raising up these prices, it's going to be millions of more people that's going to lose their jobs. So all these landlords that is basically raising their prices, eventually no one is going to be able to afford to live. So what's going to happen is that the state that you are in is eventually going to own all of these houses, because they're going to buy these houses from the landlords. And eventually all the houses that you are going to be living in is going to be controlled by the state. And all these landlords that's overpricing on their homes, they don't understand that they're being set up. Because eventually they're going to have homes that's been sitting for over a year with nobody being able to live in them. And then when you get a house, you can't have a two-bedroom with 6 people living in it. So what they doing, like I've been saying in all of my videos, they're setting us up not only to depopulate us, but to destabilize us. So you won't own nothing, you won't have nothing, and still be happy. And another thing that somebody mentioned on my page, and I didn't forget it, but it never came to mind making my videos, and I should have mentioned it in my last video. But the new laws that they are making right now is basically for the New World Order agenda. All the new laws that they are making. And I just remembered that last year they made it against the law for you to be homeless. And I didn't forget about it. It just never came to mind. But the reason why they made that law, that it is against the law for you to be homeless, because they know when this digital currency finally hits, when this mark of the beast finally hits, a lot of people is not going to take this mark. So that's going to leave you homeless because you won't be able to buy, you won't be able to sell, you won't be able to pay your rent, you won't be able to really eat because you didn't take the mark of the beast. So you got millions of people around you that has taken a mark that can buy, sell, eat, and live, but you haven't taken it. So they're going to refuse you with everything. So it's going to leave you homeless, right? So they made it against the law to be homeless. So eventually, at the end of the day, if you don't take the mark of the beast, they is simply going to kill you off. You're going to either die of starvation or anything. And when I thought of it, I'm like, damn, I didn't think about that. I didn't think of this. This is the reason why we are introduced to so many laws, right? And we are introduced to so many distractions because as they write new laws out and new amendments and all of that stuff, they've given us distractions so we won't pay attention. And we have been distracted with so much stuff. Like you got the aliens, you got the wars, you got crime in your neighborhood all over the world. Then you got your own personal life that you got to deal with that's basically a fuck show. So it's like we're being distracted every single day. So right now, at the end of the day, people, it's really not going to be nothing that you are going to be able to do. Because remember, we have 7 years of tribulations. The last 3.5 years is going to be the worst because it is the great tribulation. These are the people that has taken the mark. The tribulation is the first 3 years of the mark and what people are going to do. So we are going to experience tribulations. A lot of God's chosen people is going to experience tribulation. We all going to experience it, but we won't be here for the great tribulation. So at the end of the day, it's really nothing that you will be able to do with your gold if you do not accept the digital currency. And because eventually the stocks is going to basically crash. The stocks is going to crash. Everything is going to crumble down, people. Because like I said, in the New World Order, we're not going to have stock. And people really don't understand what it is meant by the New World Order agenda, by the new way of life and the new way of living. Your money really don't matter. This new way of living is going to be AI. It's going to be computer generated. It's going to be artificial intelligence. And Elon Musk has been telling y'all for the last 3 to 4 years, AI is going to take over the world. And that's all I've been telling y'all. In this new world agenda, AI is going to basically control the world. AI is going to control you because you are going to be participating in the digital currency system. They're going to be putting chips in you. You are part of that digital currency system. Your body is now a part of that. You was no longer a human being. You was no longer an entity. You was basically a humanoid. You was basically a human nanotechnology humanoid. That's what you are going to be. You will no longer have a mind. They can control your thoughts. They can control everything. So in this new world agenda, in the beginning stages, people saying that you can invest your money and all of that stuff. But in the beginning stages, it's not gonna just flat out be one day dollar and one day digital. The world has to crumble piece by piece. They have to do it because if they just stop everything and just start, it's going to be hell on earth. And they don't want that. They want people to willingly, because you got to willingly do it. You got to use your free will to do it. They can't force you to do it. But what they will do is threaten you and sanction you. Oh, you don't want to take this milk, you can't eat, you can't buy, you can't sell. They can't force you to do anything.